Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real with Reverend Laura.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Keeping It Real. This is Reverend Laura Hallett, and it is my pleasure to be here with you today. This is the time that we take to look at the principles that we're talking about each week in our messages and find some real practical application of those ideas in our lives. And so for the month of March, we are focusing on joy. And joy is one of those things that is absolutely necessary to building a community, which is our theme for 2023. You know, finding joy in our work, finding joy in being around each other, finding joy within ourselves and joy in our practices. It really is important that we begin to cultivate more of an attitude of joy in all of the different things that we do. So how do we do that in our own lives? How do we begin to find more joy in our own lives? One of the things I like to do is I like to use things that happen throughout my day as cues to remind me to practice whatever it is I happen to be working on at that time. So if I'm working on joy, what kind of cues could I possibly be looking for? Well, one of the things is that, you know, we have interactions with other people. And so when you see somebody else, that can be your cue to smile. And maybe the smile has to be a forced smile for a while. Maybe you're actually not feeling it. But I can guarantee you, as you begin to smile more and more, you're going to actually begin to feel more joy within yourselves. It just can't help but be that way. You know, as we experience joy, as we demonstrate joy, we begin to bring more joy into our lives. And so as you interact with any person, smile with them. You know, every opportunity we have to interact with someone, you know, the clerk at the fast food drive-through that you're going to, or at the grocery store where you're shopping, take a moment and actually try to connect with the people. You know, you're going to get asked, "How are you today?" They often will ask that. Well, find a way to respond, you know, that actually brings you joy. My usual response is, "I'm fabulous." And, you know, sometimes people think, "Oh, yeah, right, she's just putting that on." But that's actually the truth. And when I say I'm fabulous, guess what? That's kind of what my experience is. And at least for that moment, in that interaction with that person, I feel fabulous. And so find the little ways to do that. Find the ways that you can connect with people to, you know, as you pass somebody on the street. You know, if you're driving in a car and you see somebody sitting in the car next to you at the stoplight, you know, if they look your way, give them a smile. It doesn't hurt you a bit. They may think you're a little weird, but that's okay. That's all on them. What it's doing for you is actually enlivening you to actually begin to do that. You know, there are other things that we can do one of the people that I think that is most infectious for joy is children. You know, when you're out and you see children, connect with the child. Connect with them in some way. Smile at the child. Wave at them. I love the little toddlers, and you can just wave and you see them smile and light up, and then sometimes they turn their head and stick it in their mom or their dad's neck, and because they're a little shy. But, you know, if you're at a restaurant and a child is sitting next to you at the table, you know, at the table next to you, and just, you know, give them a wave. Smile at them, you know. Ask them something. It's just such a wonderful way to connect with people. And I think this connection that we can establish with other people is actually going to really bring more joy into our lives, you know. As you're moving about, you know, like I said, the other thing that really makes me smile is oftentimes dogs. You know, someone's walking a dog and maybe the dog isn't behaving exactly the way they want it to, and it's, you know, kind of mischievous and so forth. And, you know, you're out and about and it brings you joy to look at that. You know, just find the little things throughout your day that will trigger that instantaneous feeling of joy for you, and just bring those in more and more. And the more we do that, the more we're going to feel joy throughout our entire day, and expanding that. And so we get this sense of being connected with people and sharing this feeling that we have inside of us, sharing it outward. And that, you know, how much better can it be than that? To actually connect and share with other people. And so throughout your day this week, look for the moments that you can connect in joy. You know, you may be faced with other moments where it doesn't feel quite so joyful, but follow that up with a feeling of joy. You know, you have an experience that doesn't feel good. Find one that does make you feel good. Connect with someone. Do something that actually brings that feeling of you're not isolated here, that there is something going on that is more powerful and more present within you, and that you can express that through your eyes, through your hands, through your facial expression. Find the ways to connect with people in a more greater experience of joy. Have a beautiful and blessed week, everyone, and we will see you back here next week talking about joy in relationships. All right, bye-bye.
Keeping it real with Reverend Laura.